Well, I told you here. Well, here they are, two of the nicest guys that we've had the honor and pleasure to work with all these years. Please join me in giving a wonderful Nashville welcome to Jensen and Jared.
I would like to start out this night with an impression of my dear friend Jensen.
Shoot.
It starts with me in my underwear. In bed, in that sort of weird state between, bear with me.
Trying.
In that state between sort of like awake and asleep. And, ding! Ugh. What time is it? Grab my phone. Ackles. What's up? You awake? I was like, yeah, it's 11:45. Like, I guess I'm awake. I'm answering this. Just got back from the concert. My voice is gone. Nightcap? So for those who saw my Twitter and Facebook this morning, I mean it. Nashville won. Sam Winchester, goose egg. Hi guys.
I feel great.
Shut up. I hate you. Oh my God. How was the concert, by the way?
Wow.
That bad? Awful? Did anybody sing that's on stage with me?
My voice is around here somewhere, if you see it.
When in Nashville, do as the Nashvillians.
We have a lot of native Nashville people here. What about just Tennessee?
Do we have any first-timers? Welcome. I'm
All right,
sorry.
you win.
Welcome, and I apologize. A few coffees, and I get on the treadmill this morning. This is probably the most
Well, that was your
boring
first
couple of
mistake.
story. I get on the treadmill, I'm running, and I'm like listening to music, having a good time. 10 minutes passes, 20 minutes passes.
I know for a fact you were not having a good time.
I was like wandering.
Nobody gets on the treadmill and is like, this is great.
Correct.
That's how he runs. This is how he runs. It's like a geriatric dance.
A Jared-atric dance.
It's too early for that crap, dude. Don't.
And I noticed, like, after half an hour, so usually I sweat, like, in the snow. I noticed after half an hour.
Yeah, because he wears a beanie and a scarf and a jacket, and he's
it
inside.
holds it all together.
Oh wow, it's not so hot anymore.
It's cold in here.
I don't have anything left to take off. Grow
Your
up.
shoes.
Take your shoes off.
Sorry.
Okay.
Take off your. So we've established that I'm useless right now. So
In general, it's
will somebody play the Charlie Brown song? I love you back. Who loves me? I love you back. Thank you. I love you back. I mean it with all my heart. I love you back.
okay.
I
Can
don't
Jared's
know.
family quiet down?
My mom is talking. So yesterday,
All right, thank you, Mom. That's nice of you to come. That's.
Can we get to some questions? Because I would love to hear from you guys. Yes, that hand went right up.
Hey, it's been making me crazy for many seasons.
You might have started crazy for watching this in the first place.
This is already debatable.
Where do Sam and Dean keep those fucking suits?
Girl, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. But the junk in the trunk can hide a lot.
God, you are useless.
So, the magic pocket. Should we talk the magic pocket? So, Sam and Dean have magic pockets. So, what's to say, like, when we come in, when we go into a scene, and like Sam's supposed to pull out a gun later in the scene, and Dean's supposed to have an angel blade, and then like a holy water thing comes out.
And then a battle axe.
A battle axe, yeah. That doesn't fit in like human beings' clothing, and so we have the magic pocket. So what happens is we'll go and do the scene, and like a vampire attacks us, and we're wearing a t-shirt or something, and then all of a sudden we'll be like, and something comes out. And basically what happens is we'll be fighting, they'll be like, pause. We'll pause. And Robin, who was here last night, will go put like a demon blade in our belt buckle. And be like, and action. We'll be like, ha ha ha. So the magic pocket, also known as Robin.
The magic pause, too. It's like, I'm completely defenseless. Pause. I've got Excalibur.
Okay. How funny was last week's episode, by the way? That made me laugh out loud, actually.
So, well, what you don't know is that, I mean, none of that ring stuff was scripted. It was just scripted that Dean goes into the ring and bounces around a little bit. And if you look at it, if you look at the footage, you see that it was kind of like, they kind of doubled up on some of the cuts where I like rolled in like 3 times. I only did it once. And of course the editors were like, wow, we need to make more of a meal of this. So they just started, they edited it to where they doubled up the footage and tripled it, I think, in some of the things. But anyway, The Miz was there, and he was, and I was like, hey, give me something to do. And he's like, well, you can always do Ric Flair. I'm like, show me. I'm like, if you show me how to do it, I can do it. And so he gets in there and he does the whole thing, and then he gets up on the top rope and does like the Macho Man, and I'm like, yeah, and I was like, all right, that's what I'm doing. So it was a nice collaborative effort, but yeah, that was only, I think I only did it once, and then they just doubled up on the footage and tripled up on it. Yeah, yeah, that was fun. That was a good episode, I thought.
The suits are in the trunk.
You
like
should
politicians.
see
You ask this
what
question.
Sam Winchester can do with an iron. They should show that. They should just show like us in the motel room, like Sam just ironing shirts.
They've done it. Hey,
Dean like steaming out the pants.
did you read 2020?
What?
Naked, not underwear, because we're ironing our underwear. We iron ourselves.
You iron your underwear?
There's a scene in 20.
I don't even know you.
It's like life imitates art. So episode 20 starts, you're ironing my shirt, and I find a case and you throw it to me. I probably wasn't supposed to say that.
Spoiler alert. Put it to 11.
Does anybody here work for Warner Brothers and or CW? Okay, yeah, you're ironing my shirt. You toss it to me, smash cut.
There you go.
Suits.
Yeah, and the suits. I don't know if you all travel. Jared and I travel quite often, and
No.
it's true. And it is the art of the roll. So if you can find a way to roll your garments creaseless. So that's how we do it. I learned from Dean.
Let's roll. Yeah, it's in our pockets at all times, the magic pocket.
Yeah.
Just in case.
How about right here?
So BuzzFeed had this very complimentary article on you, Jensen, and it said that you were a high school cheerleader. Could you elaborate
Yeah,
on
do
that?
tell.
Yeah. Is there a picture?
Your carpet immaculate.
Let me see. And yes, I will be able to explain this.
I don't want to give you my phone.
Oh, no.
While he destroys your life. Oh, you should be afraid. That looks like a banking
Can we
site.
get some house lights, please?
No, he's on your Twitter now. I wouldn't tweet that. You'll probably lose followers.
No, I didn't. I went straight to try and ruin your phone. Let me see it. Man.
So, yes, that
What
particular
is it?
picture.
What is it? It's a bandana?
So that
Complimentary article.
What is your excuse? Is there a camera?
If you shut up, I'll tell you. Well, I'm sure if they want to see it, they can just Google it. It's not.
We've all seen it.
Yeah, all right. So, explanation on that picture, which is actually a totally different explanation than the cheerleader thing. So, that was at the annual Powder Puff
That is
football
awesome.
game. Do you guys
Thank
know
you for
what,
finding that.
you guys know what a Powder Puff football game is, right? I happened to be dating the captain of the cheerleading squad at the time.
What was his name?
So, Sean. And so some of the football team and baseball team, I was on the baseball team, got together and dressed up in pseudo cheerleading outfits and got on the sidelines and acted like idiots while the girls played their Powder Puff football game.
Did you win or lose?
I think we all lost that day. Obviously, I lost. So that is that picture, and that's that. I don't know why.
He doth protest too much.
However, my wife still thinks that I was a cheerleader because I was actually on the sidelines of the football games. I didn't play football because I was too small. I was 5'10", 145 pounds. And as
You're big
as
to
you can
me.
see in Texas, they grow them rather large.
I was too small as well, by the way, to play high school football.
No, I'm serious. Like
I
our
shit you not.
16-year-old quarterback was 6'4", 220.
Which is bigger than
He was
I.
the quarterback.
I know.
He
Yeah, me
wasn't
too.
even the biggest guy on the team.
Jeff Fleener was our quarterback's name. And in high school, he was like 6'4", 220.
Yeah, Jeremy Williams was our quarterback's name. He's huge. So anyway, a lot of the baseball team joined the Key Club. Do you guys know what that is? So the Key Club,
No.
it's like a social organization in high school, and they were responsible for the bell that gets rung every time we score a touchdown, and also running the giant high school flag up and down the field. And so that's what I did. Me and some of the other guys on the baseball team, we joined the Key Club so we could be the bell guards, is what we were called. And it was also so we could just sit there and on the sidelines and hang out with all the cheerleaders. But my wife refers to that as me being a cheerleader. So,
Little
So,
did he know
although
that.
I was not an actual cheerleader, there are maybe some evidence
Awesome
that points
bandana
that
pictures.
way. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I was cheerleader adjacent.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
How many names do you think it would take on a petition?
How many names do we think it would take on a petition?
To make sure that you get the hero Impala when Supernatural ends?
0 names.
It's done.
It's done. You want to know why? Because the last day of filming of Supernatural,
We're just not gonna stop.
which is going to be very sad, by the way, we're going to get in the car and take off to Austin. I'm taking number 1. I'm sorry, I'm taking number 2. He's taking number 1. And they can come fight me for it. I live in Texas and I got guns. Yeah. And we'll bring it around to conventions. Yes, brother, right there.
Well, thanks for coming, guys. But
Thank you.
question for
Thank y'all.
back in like season 4, when Castiel like first enters the barn, I'm sure none of us had any idea what kind of effect he would have on Dean's life, especially all the way now in season 11. I was wondering, for you, what kind of effect has Misha had on your life that you never would have thought all the way back when he was running?
Well,
his lines
I'll say this much. I'm in therapy now. Season 4, I wasn't. Here's my favorite Misha story. So he worked with Misha before I did, because he did the big barn scene with Jim Beaver. And I was like, so what? So Misha was supposed to do a couple episodes, and I was like, what's the deal with the new guest star? Like, what's going on? And he's like, he's unique, man. And we're like walking like from stage 2 to stage 1. And Ackles is like, yeah, he seems like a nice guy. Like, he's not real talkative, but he's right there looking at us. And Misha was like sitting on the back of a trailer, like. And I was like, that fucking dude is creepy. Like, what's going on? I guess Misha started out as a method actor. And soon after working with Jensen and I for a long
Realized that
time,
wouldn't work.
he's like, I'm just trying to stop laughing, like on camera. He's no longer method. So that's my experience.
Yeah, I mean, Misha being part of the show is, I think, helped both of us because for quite a long time it was just Sam and Dean, aka Jared Jensen, shouldering the workload of what the show was. And you know, for a show that's based around just 2 characters to go as long as it has, it's a lot of work for those 2 characters. So to have another character to come in and kind of help shoulder some of that workload has been great for us, but to have it also be somebody that we get along with and is a dear friend, and you know, it just kind of, I think that's probably part of why it worked well. You know, people that come on our show and that don't get it, that don't have, that, you know, maybe take themselves too seriously or don't have a great attitude about life. Or don't listen to you when you're speaking. You know, those people don't generally stay very long, but the ones that do get it and do like to enjoy coming to work and having a good time and add to that kind of fun, creative space that I think we've all helped create, those are the people that stick around, and Misha's certainly part of that.
Yeah.
How about right there with the, yeah. Mostly.
Is there a most recent improv that you could speak of?
There was a lot in the wrestling episode, actually. As far as just reactions.
The last line of the whole episode wasn't scripted.
Which one?
Where he's like, you say damn right, and then it gets to me, and I say damn right.
So you guys really.
I got the last word.
Thank you for being here.
But yeah, no,
I also remember the Meg Demon. That was a fun, like, dude, we're missing a moment here. When I was the Meg Demon, and I think I was beating you up, and finally I got exorcised, and we're sitting there on the floor of Bobby's house. May it rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
And then you reach over and punch me, and I'm like, why did you just punch me? Because I didn't know. That was totally not scripted.
Yeah, that wasn't scripted.
But it was a missing moment.
And we certainly will. A lot of times we'll kind of rework a scene if the dialogue just is a little clunky or it's just not flowing well, or like he and I understand these characters and understand the show so well that we know what the writers are getting at, and sometimes things look better or read well on paper, but when you start to act them out or say them aloud, it doesn't sound natural. So he and I
Or supernatural.
So yeah, we will certainly, and they trust us to do that, and that's kind of a nice ebb and flow that we've built with the writers and the producers and the directors and stuff. Is, you know, we care about these characters in the show as much as anybody does, and so yeah, there's a lot of improv, there's a lot of paraphrasing. Yeah, I mean, that's just part of what we do.
Have you ever
We
seen
like-
the Eye of the Tiger video? Full, unabashed improv. Let's go back over here on the corner. Yes.
The end. Oh, thank you. In the end, where you have the white suit and you're in Detroit.
And I'm in Detroit.
Yeah, remember in the end, the last episode?
Yeah.
Season 4.
Yes. Instead of, if we go back to that, there is a city in Michigan called Hell. So, just a suggestion, maybe we could go there.
Done.
There's an actual city called Hell.
Yes. Yes,
That's who? What?
it's not far from
Well, the city
Detroit.
planners were not happy that day.
I hate this place. Let's call it hell. What's great is somebody signed off on that. Like, yep,
Yep, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
easy to spell.
2 L's?
Well, but they said they didn't care what the hell the name was, so.
No shit. You know the story of That 70s Show? So for those who don't know, That 70s Show, which was a great show, when it was a pilot, it didn't have a name. They would just refer to it as That 70s Show. And so finally they were like trying to think of a name, and all the names sucked, but they kept referring it to it as That 70s Show. And so it became That 70s Show.
I don't get it.
There's a city in Michigan called Hell.
I heard that. How about in the back there? Yep. Moving your fingers, there you go. She was giving me...
Moving
what
your
do they call that?
fingers. Everybody's moving their fingers.
Hey, listen, spirit fingers, okay?
Jazz hands.
I spent
just
enough time
launched
with a
the
cheerleading
spittle.
outfit to know what spirit fingers look like.
Okay,
What's
so
up?
I just watched 10-Inch Hero, where you play Priestley. And
You
I
should
wanted
just give Rockstar a sign.
I wanted to know, did you know your wife? Had y'all met before y'all filmed that?
Whoa, whoa. Just kidding, sorry.
Innocent question. Follow up to that.
My ass, innocent
How-
question.
How
Not
do
only
you
did I
feel
know
about
her,
her
not only did I know her,
nude
he knew her.
Hey, let's not talk about it.
I'm just saying. Yes, I did know her. We were friends, and we would actually carpool to work, and that's kind of when the romance started. Was in the car on the way to work.
So,
How are you?
how do you feel about her nude scene in that movie?
I'm fine with it. I thought it was too short. Which is what she said.
Maybe some more coffee. Yep.
Will somebody turn this off so I can't see? Nashville 1, Jared 0.
Nashville 2. Let's keep count. Yeah, you know, that was her decision to make, and I was fine with it. And now I can go back and look and be like, yep. I locked that down. My favorite kind of off-camera, not my favorite, but one of the funny things is the guy that her love interest on the douchebag. What was the character's name of? Tad. Yeah. So in the film, he like beats me up or like punches me and knocks me down or something like that. And I remember before we shot that scene, he comes up to me. He's like, "Dude, I just want to let you know, only in movies could somebody like me do this to somebody like you." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was a little guy. He's like,
That's still a big guy. We're just really big. Like, that's still a big.
But he wanted to make sure. He's like, I know you could kick my ass if you wanted to. He's like, so.
Please don't.
But yeah, it's just like, this is just make believe. This is just make believe. I'm like, dude, I get it.
I'll say that
I'm gonna kick your ass because you were in bed with my future wife. No.
I think, so we both grew up in Texas. We both still live in Texas. And as you know, here in Tennessee, kind of very classical values. And then we married like the strongest Italian women who were like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this." And we're like, "Yes, ma'am." So in a sense, we're both feminists because we get that women are freaking powerful. And when our wives make a decision, it's a decision. And it's a cool experience. And do your thing, girl. I'm gonna go to my boy over here in the AKF sweatshirt. Yes, you got it, brother. Oh, I'll take it. Hey, you can have a seat.
Hey, what's up?
How are you doing, brother?
Good. Okay, so my question's for your character, Sam.
Yep.
If God comes back, how do you feel your character will react to his appearance? Because I know throughout the whole entire show, you've stood strong with your faith for God, and you just keep getting denied. So if God was to come back, how would you react? How do you think you'd react?
I'll say this because I'm a little hungover, if I haven't made this clear. What an awesome question. Watch the rest of the season. I think so.
Spoiler alert, Jesus.
No, because we hear about Sam's inner workings. So I'll say this. I think Sam is in a constant struggle with like what he dreams about and what he wants. And what's funny is that I'm kind of in the same position as Jared. But you have your ideals, you have what you want and what you hope for, and you try and marry that with what actually happens, and they don't always link up, and you have to figure out how to work them together. So some people call it faith, some people call it hope, but we see Sam struggle with faith and hope, and try and marry that with reality. So I think you're gonna like the rest of season 11. Thanks, man.
All right, I think we got time for one more question, and then we gotta go, right?
Yeah? I'm gonna let you do it then.
All right, how about, we haven't gone over here. Let's do, spirit
your Latin
fingers.
American one?
Let's do it. Okay, what's up?
You always go with the spirit fingers, don't you?
Dude, it's
Note to self, guys,
it's
just do
eye-catching.
this. Ackles is like, spirit fingers.
So I just want to thank you on behalf of everyone for being here and doing everything that you do for us. We love you. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you two. A recent life event has changed me. And so my question is, if you have something on your bucket list, what would be the top 3 things for you to do before you pass?
Gosh, that was a bad choice. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
You might
for your
want to sit
question.
back down because it's going to take a while. In all seriousness, I'm just teasing, but in all seriousness, thank you for being here. One of the things I realized in my short 33 and a half years of living on this
37.
earth. Shut up. He's about to turn 45, so he's is that life events happen and they change things. And sometimes it seems really, if you're under 18, close your ears. Sometimes it seems really shitty. And sometimes it is. But if you kind of keep moving your feet, you get through and you find something really special. That having been said, I think if I was given a day to live, I would Have a bottle of Petrus, because I'm just curious. It's a Bordeaux wine that, just curiosity, you know? One of those like weird, like, one of those things in your head, like, what do boogers taste like, you know?
In your head.
Pull back, pull back.
Nashville 3.
Just kidding. I would, on a serious note, I would just sit in my home in Austin with my wife and my 2 boys and just turn my phone off. And on a fun note, I would get one of those squirrel suits and jump out of a plane and just fly.
Of course, I guess it'd be called a moose suit.
I'm making a moose suit.
I could bore you all day with things I'd like to do, and hopefully I'll get to do some of them. I'd like to hit a ball out of a major league ballpark one day.
Better start working out.
Why don't you go drink your wine backstage and show me? You have that bottle of wine in your house. Like, freaking open it.
I'm waiting for the
For
thing.
what? For the doctor to be like, you're gonna die. All right, I get to drink my Petrus. Just open it, jeez.
Yes. Touche. Touche.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of things. I say, look, if they're attainable and you can go for it, then do it. You know, life's too short not to tick those things off the list, and it's a short time that we have here on the planet, and it's fun that we can spend time together. But certainly, man, if there's things that you want to do, make it happen.
And one of my favorite sayings is, you never see a Brinks truck following a hearse. So, I mean, not getting political, but spend your money, you know what I mean? Like, have fun, like, live the life you want to live. If we die, we die, but we're talking with people who share a similar passion, who are passionate about a story and our characters, and we're passionate about them back. So live the life you want to live today. Don't push it to tomorrow. Love you. We gotta go.
Okay, y'all. We'll see you later.
Thank you, Nashville.
No, it's not.